Dreams come true. I am John Beckman, Professor John Beckman, Dr. John Beckman, former U.S. Senate GOP primary candidate in the state of Alabama. Don't vote for me on March 3rd. I have not done a live stream in forever. This is my season 2 finale. My musings, my playlist of my musings, season 2, my finale. I have so many announcements, so many interesting things. But first, let's do a citation to the simultaneous libation of Scott Adams. Cheers. Okay. When I was a kid, I always wanted like my own warehouse because I was always obsessed with like building stuff. I always felt like I never had enough space. I always wanted to like organize my stuff, my tools, the things that I was working on, the artist stuff that I was working on, engineering stuff that I wanted to build, inventions I wanted to work on. I always wanted to like have a space to like organize stuff and to work in. So I always wanted like a big warehouse. I finally got that. In my life, I finally now have a warehouse with all my tools, infinite space for me to work in. And I finally got funded. So as an assistant professor, right, like one of the biggest worries you're worried about is you get hired on this job, you don't have any funding, and you worry that they're going to fire you in 5 years if you don't get any funding. I finally got funded. I finally got a gigantic grant, and that grant allowed me to buy or rent a warehouse. So now I have funding and a warehouse for my inventions. How awesome is that? How awesome is that? Dreams come true. When I moved here, so I moved from Connecticut here. I had a dog. She was a Newfoundland. Her name was Helga. She was a beautiful dog. A big, beautiful winter dog. We're from Minnesota. We lived in Minnesota and Connecticut where it snows a lot. We had a big, beautiful Newfoundland. And when we moved here down to Alabama, she died like within the first 3 months of when we moved here. She got kidney failure. And now we're like, okay, we're in the South. We need to get a new dog. What kind of a dog should we get? If you're in the South, what kind of a dog should you get? What do you think? If you're in the South, what kind of a dog should you get? This is an easy question. Judy! Judy, how's it going? Judy will like this question. Judy, if you're in the South, what kind of a dog should you get? I'm so happy you're here. You missed my first big announcement. No, hold on. Wait here. Wait 10 seconds. I'll show you what dog you should get if you live in the South. You get a bloodhound. You get a bloodhound if you live in the South. Here's my new puppy. This is Roxanne. Cute. Yep, this is Helga's replacement. God rest her soul. Rest in peace. New puppy. Okay. You missed my first big announcement. My first big announcement was that I got a warehouse. So I always wanted a space that I could like expand out into, have enough space to build stuff. And with this grant, we rented space in a warehouse. So now my lab is like a warehouse, which is awesome. Dreams come true. I have more fun announcements. So it is dope. I'm super excited about it. Cheers. How close now? It's in Auburn. So it's really close. It's only 5 minutes away from work. So it's within biking distance. It's within car distance. Five minutes. Super close. It's perfect. So I started a YouTube channel to post my videos on a while back, and I finally got 50 followers on my YouTube channel. So I'm celebrating that tonight. 50 followers. That's pretty good. So that's one reason I'm celebrating. Let's do a drink to the 50 followers. More funny stories. So, about how dreams come true in the simulation. I'm drinking water. Cheers. So, more funny stories about how dreams come true in the simulation. So, you've heard the simulation theory, right? The simulation theory is that it's possible that we live in a simulation. Like, it's possible that we live as models or as like algorithms in a simulation. And if that were true, if we lived in a simulation, one of the things that you would expect is, and if you know anything about computer programming, you program in computer programs, you program the classes that you make in the computer programs to have methods, and they can invoke methods, and they can essentially like call things out to happen. So one of the premises of the simulation theory is that whatever you speak about in your life, you bring about. Like, whatever you speak about, you bring about. And I know, like, this is not just simulation theory. A lot of people believe this. Like, a lot of people believe you essentially, like, speak. Whatever you say is what becomes your reality. Whatever you say is what becomes the truth. And there's actually a movie on this on Netflix. It's not a very good movie, but it's an interesting movie, The Secret. Anyway, more on my story of how dreams come true in the simulation. So, I previously ran for Senate in Alabama. Okay, now wait. I know you know this. I know you all know this. And people who are tuning in later, I know you know this. Okay, but let me just, for other people, give the context. So, in Alabama, there was a special Senate election, okay, because President Trump was elected. President Trump appointed the Alabama Senator Jeff Sessions as Attorney General, right? So when Jeff Sessions became senator, there was an open Senate seat. And the Republicans of Alabama nominated a pedophile. And so for the first time in like Alabama history, in recent Alabama history, the Republican lost and Doug Jones won. So Jeff Sessions gave us Roy Moore, gave us Doug Jones. So then Doug Jones, his seat came up because he was only serving for like 2 years because he was filling out the rest of Jeff Sessions' Senate seat. Okay? So I thought, this is a super unique opportunity because if you could just win the primary, if you could win or get attention in the Republican primary, you would automatically beat Doug Jones in the real election. So it was like a really unique opportunity to run. So I ran, and eventually I had to drop out. But, okay, and here's where the simulation theory comes in, and here's where it gets super interesting. So guess what just happened to me? So keep that story in mind. Guess what just happened to me? So in our department at Auburn University, just like how Trump appointed Jeff Sessions and that appointment caused an opening, our department chair finished out and a new department chair was appointed. And this department chair was the Auburn faculty senator. So when he was appointed chair of our department, his faculty senate seat came up for election in a special election to fill out the rest of his term, just like the story I just told you. So guess who ran? For the Auburn faculty senate? Guess who ran? Me. And I was elected. I was elected the Auburn faculty senator by unanimous vote. Unanimous vote. Nobody voted against me. So I won the election, and now I am an Auburn senator. No comment. No comment. The important thing is I won unanimously with unanimous consent. Nobody voted against me. So, I think that my past running for Senate called this into the simulation, and the simulation had written out a funny program for me that I would become senator. So, we'll drink to that. Cheers. Cheers to your water. So, a message to my constituents. Here's my message, my acceptance speech, my message to my constituents. It's my honor to serve you. I will work tirelessly to serve you in the Auburn Faculty Senate. I will do my best. My motto when I ran for U.S. Senate was that there's always a creative solution, and I will bring creative solutions to the Auburn Faculty Senate. So it's my honor to serve. Dreams really do come true in the simulation. It's also, final announcement, also on October 4th, this year, it was my wife and I's 12-year anniversary. So my wife got me a collection of whiskeys and this cigar that I'm smoking right now to celebrate our 12-year anniversary. So I'll have one final sip. Dang it, it's a long time. Not only is it 12 years married, 19 years together. So I'll have one final drink. And then I'm done with my announcements and I have to talk to you, Judy. Cheers. What's up with you, Judy? How's life? On the quarantine. Still? At home? They don't let you go with masks, or you actually got it? Don't they let you go work with mask? Really? But you don't know. But did you take a test? Who exposed you? For those who can't see the chat, she was exposed. Yeah, it's kind of weird. So 14 days? Oh, okay. Is it 14 days then? Aren't the I don't understand why they wouldn't trust the 2 negative tests. At Auburn, we have the students take tests and they have their little app on their phone, and if it's negative, they show you their little app and it's green. They only have to stay home if it's a red test. I still don't know if I got it. I feel like I might have gotten it a long time ago, but I never know. We're going to test again on Monday to see, and then maybe you'll. Yeah. Yeah. Just be careful. Just so that you know, everything you say here is live to the world. So be careful. Heard any new gossip? How's Wisconsin? Who do you think's going to win Wisconsin? I'm curious to hear what you think. It's getting cold. I wish it was colder here. It's still 80. It was 80 degrees yesterday here. I wish I'm bred for the cold weather too. I wish it was cold here. Who do you think's going to win Wisconsin during the election? Interesting. I don't know. Like everybody, the polls. I saw. Yeah, Trump signs everywhere. I saw a really interesting. It was like a series of tweets, and they were posting the polls at the exact same time last election cycle, and Hillary was beating Trump in all these states by like 8, by like 9, by like 7, and then they posted the polls exactly the same time this year, and Biden is beating Trump in those same states by less than Hillary was winning. So the assumption is that, well, those polls were obviously wrong before. If they're wrong again by the same amount, Trump would even win even more nowadays. And it's even more dangerous now to like be an outspoken Trump supporter, because they'll come for you. So there's even probably more this year. There's more people who, like, they might lie to the pollsters, or they might not tell you who they're going to vote for. So I don't know. I have no idea what to think. I don't know who's going to win or what's going to happen, but I feel like either way, you have no idea what's going to happen based on the polls. Yeah. What's your $5 bet? Really? Okay, so you're putting money on it. You think he's going to win? I don't know. Like, I have no idea. I frankly have no idea. But I think, based on the people that I've talked to, people do not like the lockdowns. And people do not like the idea that, like, young people have to sacrifice their life, like, in a lockdown and hurt their careers to try to save, like, 80 and 90-year-olds. Like, I'm not saying anything about it. I'm not weighing into that discussion. No way am I getting anywhere near that discussion with a 12-foot pole in this conversation. But I'm saying that's what people are thinking. And so it makes me think that people are going to vote outrageously for the person who is going to end the lockdowns. People do not like the lockdowns, is what my experience says. But I have no idea. I knew last time. I knew Trump was going to win. I felt like I knew it. This time I got no idea. I honestly don't really care. Like, I know who I'm going to vote for. I'm going to go out and I'm going to vote, and I'm going to be happy to vote. But I honestly, like, I don't care. Whatever. Biden is, like, I just cannot understand, like, nobody's excited for Biden. Like, at least what Trump has going for him is the people who want to vote for Trump, they still want to vote for him. They're excited about it. Nobody's excited about Biden. I'm taking the day off to play golf and maybe vote. I should go play golf. I had a set of clubs a while ago. I was never very good, though. Do you take lessons? Do you golf with your work friends? Or do you have, like, golf friends? Or do you golf alone? Maybe next year. How's your family? How's your sisters? How's your dad? Tell your dad I said hi, and your mom I said hi. Jazair's, welcome. Living the dream. Is it? Did your parents end up moving to Wisconsin? Yeah, tell them I said hi. Did they end up moving to Wisconsin, or are they still in Connecticut? We have to do another happy hour. You have to organize another virtual happy hour. That was fun. It's about time where we should have that again. Or after the election, we should have the virtual happy hour after the election, and then invite the burger. I remember this story. I'm on a podcast. I'm on a vlog right now. It's live. Don't knock on the door. Yeah, with the burger. I just remember, I remember last election when he went to the party to try to celebrate the Hillary Clinton election and was utterly let down. I wonder if they're gonna have similar. I wonder if they're gonna have similar watching parties this year, or are they, or have. You want to come in and have a drink?
Yeah.
Judy's on. I was telling her you got all this whiskey.
Where is she?
She's the one person in the room right
Ooh,
now.
cheers to Judy. How you doing, Judy? Good to see you.
I showed her the dog.
Yeah, she peed in the hallway.
Yeah.
What are we drinking? Can I have one?
Sure. It's whatever with the wolf moon.
Yeah, Dad's smoking
It's
a
the cigar. Go to bed. Otherwise you'll get cancer. So your sister's one lives in Minnesota and the other one, does she still live in California? That was Elaine. Elaine had a rough night tonight.
Elaine had a rough night. Elaine was
Take that away.
mean to me.
We will. We'll tell her you say hi. Jane remembers you. Jane asks about you. Jane actually does ask about you. When I talk about my friends, she says, "Judy?"
You should come visit because the kids are going to be. Sam is going to be confirmed next year, and he doesn't have any godparents.
Oh, you can be the godmother.
Well, we still
don't know
need
enough
one
Catholics.
for. We still need one for Caleb.
How was Michael's?
Come visit. Good. I got washi tape and stuff to make cake pops for Mary's birthday. Yeah, come visit us. Come for Thanksgiving.
The golf is supposedly really good. Actually, Alabama's known for that. Like we have really good golf courses, and then in Georgia they have famous golf courses. So there's especially like right around Auburn, we're known for that. Although I don't golf, so I can't give you my personal testimony. Did you hear that? The Burke got a new PNAS paper. Right. You were in that thread. Good for him. And now he works with Chris. I wonder when I heard that conversation, I was like, that would be an awkward conversation. Like you just get hired at one place, and then you get a better offer somewhere else right after you started, and then you have to go in and be like, "Oh, I'm leaving." That would be a hard conversation. But I think it probably happens all the time in industry, right? Like, isn't that kind of like the modus operandi? Like they look for good people, and they do whatever they can to get them, so people move around a lot. Is that how it works, or not really? This is bad for my lungs. In academia, he got hired in somewhere in the South, and then after. And then did he move? That's not the crystallography guy, right? Where's Temple? I know I've heard of it. What state is it in? I see. I didn't get a second offer, but I got an interview right after I accepted, and I essentially just was like, and I accepted. So I turned down not an offer, but an interview. I'd rather take the real deal. I like it here, though.
Can I show you guys what I got for $3?
Yeah.
$5.
Halloween stuff.
Look at this.
What is it, a back scratcher?
No. It's for salad. It's a salad mixer.
Well, that was
Is
like
that cool?
That was like a back scratcher.
It could be.
Yeah, pretty
It's
much.
a salad mixer.
Pretty cool.
I just wanted to show Judy.
Nice. You just sitting at your house? If you eat, I need to start eating salads. I was diagnosed with high blood pressure. I went to the doctor for the first time in 8 years yesterday, and then I was diagnosed with high blood pressure. And the doctor was like, "Well, I don't know how serious it is. I don't know if it's a big deal or not." The doctor was like, "You have high blood pressure." And I was like, maybe it's just, maybe we need more data. And then he took my blood pressure again. He was like, "Nope, still high." And so then he wants me to know how to take my blood pressure like every day and come back in a month to see if it's like permanently high or if it's like sometimes high. I don't know. I don't know what the consequence of that is too. I have to like research it. But I was like, well, my job's really stressful. Like, could it be that? I was like, probably that. How's the stress at your job? What do you feel like? Do you feel like the stress was higher as a postdoc? That faculty senate. Now the stress is even higher. I know. I'm definitely gonna put the Auburn senator in my email thread now. In my email signature, it's gonna say Auburn senator on top of assistant professor. I actually thought it was interesting. Like I attended, it's actually interesting. Like the university is all governed by, it's self-government. So it's interesting how they, I don't know, once you see it, it's interesting. At least I think it's interesting because I like politics. So I attended some of the Senate meetings, and it's especially interesting now because they're talking about all the COVID management stuff. And I just listened. I thought it was interesting. So I think it'll actually be fun. But one of my colleagues called me on the phone and was like, "By the way, like I supported you, but like I know who you are, so you really shouldn't say anything until you have tenure. You really should just not do anything." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Okay, yeah, I was probably planning that. Like I was kind of just planning just to like observe, and then after 2 years when I go up, if I get tenure, then maybe I'd be more vocal." But I was warned. Well, what's interesting to me is that like it's interesting that like you think that people would be collegial, and like you would think that people would not vote against somebody for a tenure decision just because they had a disagreement or just because like they didn't like what they said at some faculty senate meeting. But the fact that I was warned suggests that that's what it's really like. And it's kind of strange that you work in an environment where people will like treat you like that. Like it's that universe is strange to me. Like I always hoped to work in a place where everybody can say whatever they want. You have open discussions and like whatever. I mean, at the end of the day, you're all just professionals and whatever. It's just people's opinions. It's not really that big of a deal. But I guess people take it like way too personal. Yeah. It's probably naive to think that exists anywhere. People definitely get emotional. All right, 30 minutes. We'll cut off the live stream here. Judy, you gotta host a virtual happy hour for us. Schedule it.
Are you gonna come over for Thanksgiving? Ooh.
She's probably got her own Thanksgiving in Minnesota. All right, everybody. Goodbye. Bye, Judy. Good to see you. Yes, do it. I will attend for sure. Bye.